Yes.
All right.
Welcome to Gab Jam, episode 146.
And look, again, using that EBS base IQ for kind of that.
I was about to say, don't we have a video on that? I think we have a video on that one. I'll put the
link down there.
Yeah.
It kind of gives you that bootsy sound. So
yeah, we like that.
All right.
So this episode is one of our favorite topics. We love writing lyrics. It's sometimes one of the more difficult parts of fitting music and lyrics together, but it's still one of the most, I guess, to have the most fun with it is the wordplay.
Yeah.
And there's so many different ways to approach it, to capture that feeling, that mood, that theme, that idea. So the question on the table today is, how transparent should your lyrics be?
Yeah, I think that's always a tough question. It's a tough question for me because usually, a lot of times lyrics can be very personal.
Right.
And when you're writing something that's very personal, I think initially when I'm writing something, it may be a lot more specific.
Okay.
And then after a while, I think I'll kind of expand it and make it a little bit more high level.
Okay.
Just simply to try to bring a certain amount of universal appeal, you know, with respect to it.
He reminded me of Amanda Palmer at South by Southwest, and she was saying that once she had her child, her lyrics were about menstrual periods and childbirth, and she was like, it was a turnoff for so many people.
Right.
Whereas, like you said, maybe if you pull back, and you call it the Red Queen is visiting, or something where it's just a little bit more amorphous, you might be able to catch people who are not so creeped out by the whole idea.
Yeah, just by the specificity of what exactly you're talking about.
Right.
You know, I mean, and so that's the thing that sometimes that becomes that challenge but at the same token too, it's like you don't want to become so amorphous with your lyric where you're just so deep and no one can get anything from them. So that's the other part, and I don't know if even in my lyric writing if I've really struck the correct balance.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I can't unequivocally say that I've been able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
but that's kind of that's your goal.
Yeah, a lot of times that the goal is usually to try to make lyrics that even if they are a bit clothed and metaphor,
right?
That even if it's not the metaphor I intended, that some kind of way people can figure out a metaphor that will work for them.
Right. Okay.
So because I don't know if what you intend for a song to do.
Oh yeah, that's actually
it's always gonna be that way.
Another episode that we're working on, but so another strategy that I know you were talking about when we were talking about this earlier,
right,
was still try to be political but not specific, and that again goes back to I mean, I guess in our instance, we're not necessarily trying to, I guess, wag our finger at people. Yeah. However, we do want to express the idea, but sometimes it's very neutral. Sometimes we're expressing both sides in the same song. Yeah. So that's where kind of stepping back and not saying, hey, you right wing or hey, you left wing, but kind of pulling back and kind of looking at it, but in a more abstract way.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like, sometimes I think that when I might approach lyrics or something like that, is that I almost approach it from like a social critic.
Okay, I like that.
Of it. So, so I'm trying to look more holistically at the whole picture, and kind of pointing out what's wrong with the whole picture. Or maybe even not what's wrong, or just asking questions
about what the issues are at the root of,
of this, and kind of opposing these type of question. So it might be more of a philosophical approach to looking at things, meaning that I almost have to look at things like there is no right or wrong with respect to this, and so unless I feel that way.
Right.
What I mean? If you come away and you feel like there is a right or wrong,
and you must address it. Yes.
Yeah, you have to address this. You have to kind of, state it what it is.
Yeah.
Then by all means do it.
Yeah.
Because like we had a song, what the fuck? As kind of do what I please. I'm not gonna live on my knees. It was like.
Right.
Hey, that song kind of had to say what it had to say, about, living your life in the way that in the way that you're called to lead it, So that was a song that kind of had to state what it is. Yeah. But there might be other songs that might just kind of just say, we need to kind of look at where we are right now.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's the tough part too, is that I don't care left or right. We do have to figure out a way to live together.
Yeah, we do.
We don't want, at least I think we don't want, civil war.
Right.
There's probably some people that do, but I'm just saying that. But I think by and large, most people don't want that.
Yeah.
So there is a certain aspect of saying, okay, we gotta.
I was about to say, because then there are all kinds of people in the middle. I know that there are these extremes,
right?
But there are all kinds of people who are like stuck in the middle. Just because they want social justice doesn't mean they want to get rid of the police, or just because maybe people are feeling threatened as far as not getting the jobs that they're used to getting doesn't mean that they hate all black people, or
all minorities,
right?
Or xenophobic or something like that.
Yeah, so there, to me, a lot of times I don't see that we're seeing the people who speak to that not sure, not concretely on one side or the other, not extreme on one side or the other.
Right.
That there don't seem to be enough people, and I think in our opinion, that seem like they're talking about, let's kind of look at more than just one whole extreme or one whole,
Right.
So that kind of, I think, is where sometimes we find our voice.
Yeah.
Is kind of saying, okay, it's a little deeper than just I'm on this side or I'm on that side. What issues are you championing for the you to take a side one way or the other? Because sometimes there is nobody who, politically that's speaking to what I'm feeling.
Well, and I'll say this. As an African American, I'll say this, that I don't like it when any political party can take my vote for granted. And I don't care which side. I don't care if it's a Democrats or Republicans. So I, because I think there's certain people who advocate, this whole Brexit thing. And to me, it seems like they're saying, okay, let's take our loyalty away from the Democratic Party and give our loyalty to the Republican Party.
And no matter what's going on with them, we're going to support them too.
Right. So, and it's sort of like, no. It's like, you almost need to be in a situation, black folks, where whichever party is in power, they should be able to support your interests.
Yeah.
That's what corporate America does.
Yeah.
They get on both sides.
Yeah, they do.
So that they get their interests served regardless who is in power.
Yeah.
Okay? So, sometimes you kind of got to have allegiance that runs on that side of the aisle and that side of the aisle so you can kind of get what you want.
Yeah.
The problem that we have politically, a lot of times is that you won't get like a moderate justice or judges. Why? Because of the simple fact that everybody's so polarized that you're gonna get these hardline liberals, hardline conservatives. You're not gonna get these people who are in between, and you really do need more of those people who are in between to bring some balance on the court. The Supreme Court or a lot of these federal courts, because these appointments are for life. So again, it's sort of like you got to be able to actually be able to talk to people on this side of the house and that side of the house. You need that. The moderates, we really need that.
Right.
I'm telling you.
Speaking of voices in writing your lyrics, I'm not sure if you guys feel the same way, but that is kind of our calling and part of our purpose is to bring a little bit more of that balance. That's what we feel called to do. So what do you think? Do you think lyrics should be specific, or do you think they should be more abstract? Because there are some people who, and I love their stuff, that they're completely just out and you have to interpret it however you see fit. But it's not clear at all what they're talking about. And maybe they don't mean something that I'm getting at all.
No, I got it. It's kind of speaking to that is that, I think about a song from Welcome to My World. Mm-hmm. About this situation I was just talking about, being black and being expected to be one way. Did a song called The Monolith.
Yeah.
That's about that.
Yeah.
That is completely about that. This thing that black folks are not monolithic at all. Joe Biden was wrong about that. We're not like that.
No.
Even though I think politically people like to cast black folks as that. And we're not. And so it just definitely. I mean, I think I think you may see that theme throughout what we kind of do. So anyway.
So what do you think? We would like to hear some of your lyric writing strategies.
Yeah.
Drop it in the comments below. What's going on?
What's going on is this Sugar Fit.
Yep,
it's out and going.
Yes, thank you for everybody who supported the live stream, record release party.
Everybody who has jumped on it, bought it. Thank you so much. Always appreciate it. Hope that you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making it.
Yes, and promoting it. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
We have CDs, of course, they're digital downloads, stickers, t-shirts. Most things can be accessed at prejippie.bandcamp.com, but we will leave a link in the comments below, in the description below, so that you can access it directly.
Yep.
And I think that's it.
That's it.
If you dig the vibe, be sure to
subscribe.
We're wishing you love, peace, and
chicken grease.
Yeah.